the second period of the game between the Hudson Raiders and the Rice Lake Warriors. Paul Winkles and Dave Drewiski bringing us this game from the Hudson Sports and Civic Center. We finally have our technical difficulties worked out, and we'll bring you the rest of the game. 0-0 here as we start the second period. Puck carried in to neutral ice by Novinska. His pocket was picked by Husebo. Quick pass up center ice. Novinska coming in with speed. Novinska tried to center it to line mate Robarge. A little battle here. Zach Meinlich sends it wide past Bo Holmes. Holmes stops the puck. Husebo in there battling. Now Spence Corum comes up and drives it into the corner. There's Adam Dardine with the puck. Battling down there with Giddings. Puck comes out to Dardine. Dardine tried to sneak it in front to Holmes. Dardine back to Holmes. Holmes right on the doorstep. Denied by Kilcoyne. There's Novinska with it. Novinska ices the puck. Nice pressure there by Hudson on the first shift. Didn't quite get a shot on net though, but really controlled the puck down in the Rice Lake zone. Line shift here now. Ryan Dow paired with Evan Zick and Michael Holmes. There's Zick, shot off the face-off. Hit traffic in front, sent out. I'm surprised they didn't call a hand pass there. There's Zach Meinlich kicking out back to neutral ice. There's a shot right on net, covered up by Strakota. Well, we got two guys who've spent pretty much their whole careers back on defense now for Hudson. It's big Zach Meinlich, number 14, and Phil McSorley. Meinlich sends it around, just past McSorley. McSorley trying to chip it up. And now Dow sends it around. Comes out of the zone with Dorrance back to pick it up. Dorrance being pressured by Zick. Now the puck comes out and carried out of the Hudson zone. There's Meinlich, quick outlet pass to Michael Holmes. Holmes to Dow. Dow with speed coming in. Trying for the backhand, ridden off the puck by Dorrance. Now we get a charge call, and Hudson is going to go on a power play. Tyler going to the box for Rice Lake and Hudson on the power play. Hudson will roll out the Dardine line. He's flanked by Bo Holmes and Evan Husebo. Three seniors for Hudson. Spence Corum, Andrew Rodewall out there. Husebo sends it in. Shot just wide by Rodewall. Comes out to Corum. Corum down in the corner. Here's Husebo looking for Holmes in front. Holmes parked in the crease. Can't quite sneak it in there. Oh, we got a breakaway attempt here now. Fortunately, Robarge shoots wide. Rodewall tried to knock that down. Robarge stole it from him. Here's Dardine leaving it for Corum. Corum taken off the puck, and it's sent back into Hudson zone. Strakota settles it down. Here's Rodewall with the puck. Pass out to Husebo. Husebo carries it into neutral ice. Husebo dumps it in. There's Westfall battling back there with Dardine. Husebo stays on the puck. And shot just wide. Comes out to Meinlich. Meinlich dumps it back in. It's turnaround attempt by Dardine, went wide. There's Corum picking it up in front. Puck still loose out front. Well, Hudson called for being in the crease, and that'll bring the face-off outside the Rice Lake zone. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Hudson switches lines, as does Rice Lake. That'll be Novinska taking the face-off against Ryan Dow. Dow and Novinska are two of the most skilled players in northern Wisconsin. Novinska was a key player on Rice Lake's run to the state semifinals last year, even though he was only a freshman. Dow wins the face-off, comes into the zone, looking for an opening, shoots high, puck knocked down in front. McSorley sends it in for Zick, puck comes back to Michael Holmes. Holmes tried to stuff it, but the puck was covered up by Kilcoyne. 11 seconds left. Dow again taking the face-off against Novinska. Well, big Jake DeSantis coming in to take the face-off now against Dow. DeSantis was an all-conference football player, defensive lineman. There, Zick gets the puck over to McSorley. McSorley shot, knocked down. Oh, quick whistle there. The puck came floating out like a watermelon right into the crease. But the referee lost sight of it and blew the whistle. That could have been Hudson's first score. 5 seconds left here in the power play. That's what you want for your defensemen, is those low, hard shots on net. You're looking for rebounds, not scoring. Dow facing off against DeSantis. Dow can't control the face-off. Oh, the puck is dumped into the zone by Ravage. Well, the power play's over. Strakota gloves it, holds on, and will bring a face-off to the left of the Hudson goal. McSorley and Beinlich stay out on D. We've got Swinney taking the face-off. Puck pops up in the air. There was a whiff there. Now Swinney gets it up to Johnson. Johnson ridden off the puck in the slot, and it's carried away by Tyler. Puck dumped back in. And Kane down there battling with Johnson. David Kane and Tyler there. Now Johnson comes out, leaves it for Beinlich. Beinlich shot knocked down in front. And Tyler skates, or DeSantis skates it out. Puck deflected in front. Oh, deflection in front. It's a nice reaction by Strakota. That puck was headed for the near post. There's Beinlich up with it. Beinlich uses a handle, and it comes back to McSorley. McSorley lifts one out to Beinlich, and it's taken away by Novinska. The puck sent high by Ravage. Ravage with it, gets it in front, high slot, shot wide, knocked down, and kicked wide. Looks like the puck or the net was dislodged, so we've got the whistle. A couple good opportunities there for Rice Lake, but as I said earlier, Novinska is a very good hockey player. He just sees the ice very well, moves the puck very well. He's about taking the face-off against Novinska in the Hudson zone. Ravage and Scheider are the wings for Novinska on this line. Clean win by Novinska, comes out to the point. Spence Corum picks it up. He sends it around the boards to Dardine. Dardine in the corner working. Now Scheider comes out with it. Puck comes over the corner where Bo Holmes and Novinska are battling. Novinska ends up with it. Now puck sent out of the zone by Holmes. There's Westfall back to get it. Full check pressure by Dardine. outlet pass misses out. Spence Corum had Holmes wide open, but the pass was a little bit long. One thing I mentioned earlier about trusting each other, if you're trusting each other, Holmes would have been breaking. I think Spence Corum expected Holmes to be breaking for that puck, and instead he stood still and the puck went long and causing an ice in the Hudson zone. Puck carried out, Zick, quick outlet pass to Michael Holmes. Holmes into the zone. Holmes loses his footing, ends up on Dow's stick. Dow reverses, but loses the handle on the puck. Now Zick over into the corner with Holmes supporting. Puck kicked out. Now ends up on the stick of Thurs. Now puck out of play, and we'll have another face-off just outside the Rice Lake zone. Well, Coach Stotzkoff is really shaking things up for Hudson, just trying to get some scoring. He brought Evan Zick, who's been a career defenseman, up to the wing. The puck comes back into the Hudson zone. Beinlich picks it up. Beinlich sends rink wide pass to Michael Holmes, and offside on Rice Lake. Hudson sends out Stephen Berkey to face off. Stephen Berkey's line to take the face off. It's James Fall taking the face off against Davinska. Davinska wins it cleanly, and it's dumped into the Hudson zone. Rodewald tried to clear it, but got caught up in his skate. Puck comes back to the blue line, kept in by Rice Lake. There's Davinska with the puck. Puck squirts off to the side. Here's Berkey. Okay, so Fall is going to go to the box for a hook, and Rice Lake will go on the power play. Well, they've got that dangerous playmaker, Levinska, centering against Dardine. Pretty much a stalemate on this face-off. Puck lodged underneath Levinska. Now it comes out, and Husebo dumps it down into the Rice Lake zone. Pass up to Rabarge. Rabarge gets it over to DeSantis. That was an offside, so Rice Lake's got to back out. And Spence Corum tried to ice the puck, but it went out of play, so that'll bring a face-off down in the Hudson zone. In case you're wondering why the face-off is where it is, it's where the player started, which is Spence launched the puck from that point, so that's why the face-off is in the Hudson zone, even though the puck went out of play all the way down by the Hudson bench. There's DeSantis, gets the puck over to Giddings. Giddings shot, deflected wide and out of play. Minute 18 on the power play remaining for Rice Lake. Rice Lake only had 3 shots in the first period. They've already managed 5 here in the second. DeSantis in the face-off. Levinska gets it quickly out where he hit Rabarge's skates and skidded off to the side where Hudson was able to ice it. Kilcoyne settles it down. And Giddings with the puck, trying to set up the rush. Levinska, long pass for DeSantis. That was long. It's covered up by Strakota. It'll be another face-off in the Hudson zone. 54 seconds left here on the penalty. Hudson keeps its penalty kill unit out. Rice Lake switches up. Holman centering now against Dardine. Holman. Another clean win, but Westfall couldn't handle that puck coming out. Westfall sends it over to Scheider. Scheider back to Westfall. That pass missed. And now it's picked up by Tyler. It's Husable over there battling. Dardine knocks it down and sends it into the Rice Lake zone. Here's Westfall with the puck. Westfall over to Tyler. Now Tyler, a long cross-ice pass to Grohl. Now the puck dumped into Hudson zone. Dow sends it around. And now Dow with a chance on a breakaway here. He's got great speed. Dow back in and in. So Ryan Dow with a shorty, and Hudson finally cracks the ice. They went scoreless against River Falls on Tuesday night, losing 3-0. And lost 4-1 on a trip up to Hayward on Saturday. So it's been a long time between goals. Hudson's Ryan Dow chipped the puck back past the okay, now Rice Lake was called for a penalty, but in that Dow scored, the penalty was waived. 7 seconds left on the Rice Lake penalty. Those shorthanded goals are almost as good as like in football with a defensive touchdown. And Noviska had a chance right up front. Puck comes out of the zone. Puck comes wide now. Here's David Keane not quite able to handle it. Now puck chipped up to Noviska. Noviska one-on-one against Feinlich. Noviska dumps it in. Strakota, who does have good stick handling skills. As DeSantis, Rice Lake has switched up their lines here a little bit. Now the puck comes out to Kane. Kane sends it wide. It's picked up by Johnson. Johnson carrying it in the zone, 2-on-2. Johnson shot, deflected wide by Kilcoyne. Puck comes over and was intercepted at center ice by McSorley. There's Holmes on Noviska. Noviska showing some, just why he's such a highly regarded player. Good vision, good skating skills. Not a very big guy, listed at 5'9", 145, but he plays a lot bigger than that. Now we've got a face-off just outside the Hudson zone. Coleman and Husable. Puck comes out to Dardine. Dardine into the zone. Dardine shot. Big rebound in front. Oh, Husable just skated over. He had a chance for a putback there. Puck sent hard. We're out to the blue line. Corum holds it. Corum gets it to Husable. Husable dumps it into the corner. Dardine. No, Spence Corum sends it in front. Dardine deflected it, but it went wide. Here's Holmes with it. Hudson with good pressure right now. Rodewald tried a shot, a wrist shot. It was deflected off the pads of Coleman, and Coleman brings the puck back down into the Hudson zone. Corum in to help out. Now Husable ends up with it, sends it wide for Holmes. Holmes picks it up, or the Karam up. Good lead pass. Here's Dardine. Was ridden off the puck at the last minute on a good back-checking effort by Giddens. Guy's starting to go end-to-end pretty well here now. There's Rodewald finally ending up with a puck, sends it cross ice, and is stumped back in the Hudson zone by Giddens. It's Spence Corum picking it up. Corum, long lead pass to Dow. Now there they call that an ice, even though Holmes did get a stick on it. At higher levels of hockey, that would not be an ice. It's just a good way to get the zone. Well, Hudson, Dow's line stays out on the ice. Rice Lake counters with Noviska. Noviska's won every single face-off so far that since we've had the audio coverage here. Here's Dow with the puck. Dow tried to get a pass out to Holmes. He does. Now Dow with speed. 2-on-2 here. Dow around his man, but Westfall tipped it into the corner. Here comes out to McSorley. McSorley shot high and wide, and it comes out of the Hudson zone. Beinlich back to pick it up. Beinlich lost the handle on it. Oh, Strakota, nice job. There was Rabarge coming in all alone on Strakota. No, Zick's got it. Zick coming right back the other way. Tries a backhand, didn't get much on it. Swept away, and the net came off. So, boy, chances just within 10 seconds here. Rice Lake, Robarge in all alone on Stakota. Stakota stopped it. Now Zick had a chance. Not quite as clean as Robarge did. Backhand didn't get much on it, and Kilcoyne knocked it down. Puck goes into the corner. Dardine picks it up, and it's dumped out of the zone. And this will be an ice on Rice Lake. So right back down into the Rice Lake zone. You know, as I was saying earlier, sometimes just making the easy play is the right thing to do. There, Zach Meinlich, who's only his second game as a defenseman, could have made an easier pass, thinking too much, lost the handle on it, and gave Robarge that chance. But I'm sure he'll learn. He's a smart kid. Now, Corum keeps it in, dumps it back into the zone. Dardine in there battling, and that's Bro coming away with it. Now, there's Holmes with it, still looking. He's got Berglund on the backside. Berglund dumps it back down in the corner. Holmes picks it up on the half boards, and it's taken away from him by Tyler. Tyler throws it into the zone. Spence Corum back to pick it up. Corum a little behind Holmes, but Dardine picks up the ricochet. Puck goes down in behind the net. Holmes in there battling with Dorrance, and the shot back towards the ice, hit Holmes on the ankle. Holmes comes off, and Hudson switches lines. Corum's shot goes high off the glass behind the net. Ends up coming out to Markgren. Markgren battling over there with Johnson. Now comes up to Husebo. Husebo skates it out and sends it over for Berglund. Berglund dumps it into the Rice Lake zone. Ends up on the stick of Dorrance. Dorrance, puck taken away from him by Berglund. Berglund battling down. Now James Fall comes up with it. Fall in there battling again with Mackey. Well, the puck comes out, ends up on the stick of Markgren, who sends it into neutral ice. Puck knocked down as it comes into the Rice Lake zone, and now it's thrown into the zone by Coleman. David Kane sends it around the half boards. Nobody home for Hudson. Corum tries to chip it out. No, it does clear the zone. There's Fall in there battling. Now Kane sends it up past Holmes, and it's sent back to neutral ice. Corum sends it over to Beinlich. Beinlich had the puck stolen by Nervinska. Nervinska chips it over to Scheider. There's Scheider in front. Shot right on by Robarge. Robarge had two great chances here. Stakota stops that point-blank shot, and in that melee down in front, Spence Corum picks up a hook. So Rice Lake will go back. Well, it's a rough. So Corum picks up a rough. I thought it might be a hook.
2-minute minor for roughing. Roughing is the call.
Hudson sends
of the second period.
Husebo out there to take the face-off against Nervinska. Nervinska wins another face-off. Puck hit, the shot hit traffic. Now it comes out to DeSantis. DeSantis back to Nervinska. Nervinska tried to get it over to Thirst. Thirst couldn't handle it. Rice Lake resets. Now it's Rodewald with the puck. Sends it out of the zone. Husebo picks it up. Husebo coming into the zone, sends it down behind the net. Picked up back there by Giddings. Giddings up to Thirst. Thirst cross ice pass. Ends up on Nervinska's stick. Oh, Nervinska's shot tipped off Stakota's glove and ended up on the top of the net. Great opportunity there. Nervinska trying to top shelf it. Puck comes wide. in front now. Novinska picks it up. And Novinska with it. Novinska shot in front. That does find its way into the net. And Rice Lake evens the score here. A shot from Novinska with only 46 seconds left in the period. So Novinska from DeSantis, power play goal, and Rice Lake ties the score. Well, Rice Lake put on a lot of pressure this period. Now the puck comes out to Zick. Zick shot deflected wide by Kilcoyne. Zick shot, oh boy, nice setup in front. Michael Holmes sent it wide from point blank range. Thought Hudson might be able to come back to the lead there. Now the puck in front. There's Zick in front. Backhand knockdown. Zick gets it over to Holmes. Holmes in front to Dow. Dow sent it wide again. Finally gets it out of the zone, sends it up for one more rush. Well, Evan Zick just had his stick broken there. That's a $150 problem there for Hudson. So a lot of end-to-end action here tonight. 2 penalties on each team. Hudson did no damage on their power plays. However, when Hudson was shorthanded, Ryan Dow chipped the puck around the Rice Lake defender and went in on a breakaway goal and scored a shorthanded goal for Hudson. Hudson went out to a 1-0 lead. Then late in the period, Spence Coram took a roughing penalty, and with some sustained pressure from Rice Lake, Cody Novinska came in taking a feed from DeSantis and squeaked a shot through the pads of Strakota to tie the game with only 46 seconds left in the period. Both teams seem to have found a lot more rhythm here in the second period than we saw in the first period. Both teams score. Shots are even at 14 apiece, and we're setting up for a good third period here for 2 teams who had terrific years last year, but are both trying in a rebuilding sense to get their first win. So should be an interesting third period. So Dave Drewski, Paul Winkles will be back with you to start the third period. Well, welcome back to the third period here of a closely contested hockey game between the Rice Lake Warriors and Hudson Raiders. Right here at the Hudson Sports and Civic Center. Dave Drewski, Paul Winkles bringing you the game. Hudson dominated the first period with a 9-3 advantage, but the score ended 0-0. The second period, things heated up quite a bit. After a hooking call on James Fall, Hudson on the penalty kill was able to score when Ryan Dow beat his man, came out of the zone and went in for an unassisted shorthanded goal to give Hudson a 1-0 lead. Late in the period, Rice Lake did start putting some pressure on Hudson, and after Spence Coram took a roughing penalty late in the period, Cody Novinska put a shot in from the slot to tie the game up on a power play goal. So 2 special teams goals for both teams, and now we start the third period. Rice Lake managed 11 shots that period to Hudson's 5. Zick was knocked off the puck. Puck comes out where Novinska sends it out of the zone. Knocked out by Plum, sends it back into the zone. Puck sent high off the glass, ends up on Dow's stick. Dow gets it up to Holmes at neutral ice. Zick knocks it down on the half wall. And there it comes out with Robarge skating it in, sending into the Hudson zone. The puck was knocked down. Dow tried to hit a streaking Adam Dardine, and pass was just wide, and it'll be an ice on Hudson. Hudson switches lines, as does Rice Lake. Rice Lake will send DeSantis, a big rugged forward, out there to face off against Husebo. Ends up on the stick of Tyler. Tyler, quick shot, stopped and held by Strakota. Another face-off in the Hudson zone. Beinlich sends it around to McSorley, and the puck ends up with Bo Holmes. Holmes pass to Husebo. Husebo shot was knocked down and it went wide. Puck comes out to Beinlich. Beinlich shot in front, deflected off of Kilcoyne. Jardine steals the puck, sends it in front. Husebo point blank shot, gloved and held by Kilcoyne. Bring up face off on the right side of the Rice Lake zone. Hudson switches lines. Brings out Swinney to take the face off. Puck carried out of the zone by Mackey. Mackey sends it in deep into the zone. Corum back to pick it up. Corum drops it for Johnson. Johnson can't handle it. Puck in front. Oh, Dorrance had a chance. Comes over to Kane. Kane gets it up to Swinney. Now it's carried out by Corum. Corum in. Corum pass didn't make it, but shot by Swinney, gloved by Kilcoyne. And Corum jumped into the play there, tried to loft a pass over to Johnson, who was on the far side. Good bit of defense there by Rice Lake. A couple good chances for both teams to start the third period here. Daviska sends the puck back into the corner. It was stolen by Zick. Zick zipped the cross-ice pass over to Zach Beinlich, who whiffed on the first shot. Next shot was deflected high and out of play. It brings the face-off on the other side of the Rice Lake goalie. Daviska taking the face-off. No, Daviska taking the face-off against Dow. Now Daviska does manage to clear the zone. Strakota does a nice job, sets up 3-on-2 coming the other way. Zick knocks the puck down, comes in front. Zick rides the man off the puck, comes out, gets it over to Beinlich. Beinlich shot, oh, right in front, big rebound. McSorley, Michael Holmes skated over that. Boy, that was a great chance at a putback. That's what you want your Ds to do, to put those hard, heavy shots on net. Good opportunity there for Hudson. Dardine coming out to take the face off now against DeSantis. Dardine comes away with it, tries to get in front to Holmes, who was parked in the crease. Puck comes over to the corner. Husebo over to help out. Now it ends up on the stick of Dorrance. Dorrance sends it wide, picked up by DeSantis, lost. Husebo's got it coming into the Hudson zone. Husebo leaves it behind the net. Little give and go there between Holmes and Husebo. Now come out to Dardine. Dardine, stick handling, dropped it, but there was nobody home with a white jersey on. Now Holmes sends it back in. This is Dardine coming in. Dardine tried to slip it in front. Big bunch of bodies there in front of the Rice Lake net. Net is dislodged and causes another whistle. Starting to wish we had a little deeper pins in the ice. That net comes off awful easy there. That's another good chance in front. But with the net dislodging, that brings a whistle. Now Dow out against Daviska. Dow wins the face-off. Puck in front, hit traffic. Dow over there to pick it up. Sends it back into the corner. Michael Holmes battling in there. Now, okay, we've got a whistle. And Evan Zick called for a cross check. I sure didn't see that, but he was battling for position down in front. So Rice Lake goes on the power play, brings down the faceoff into the Hudson zone. There's a battle in front. Now Corum comes out with it, gets it out of the zone, knocked back in by Mackey. Now Dow's got it, flips it long into the Rice Lake zone. Kurtz sends it around to Giddings. Now it comes out of the zone. Novinska can't catch up with it. Corum dumps it back into neutral ice. Corum. Boy, that attempted clearing pass was knocked down by Robarge. Robarge put a shot on, rebound came out. Robarge jumped on the rebound and put it through the legs of Sakota. And Rice Lake scores their second power play goal and goes out to a 2-1 lead. Only 28 seconds into that penalty. So Robarge from Novinska and Rice Lake out to a 2-1 lead. Now, there's Dow skating it with speed into the zone. Dow hard shot. Kilcoyne was able to get a pad on there. His final shot was deflected up and out of play. Again, looked like a harmless opportunity there for Rice Lake. The puck was clearing pass, knocked down, ended up on the stick of Robarge. Robarge quick shot and rebound in. Now Novinska sends it out of the zone. That'll be an ice. And we'll be right back to the face-off dot down in the Rice Lake zone. Dardine will be taking the face-off against Novinska. Now Dardine dumps it into the corner. A little give and go there between Dardine and we're trying to hit Husebo in front. Husebo had a lot of company there in the slot. Now Robarge dumps it into the zone. There's McSorley, nice little poke check up to Beinlich. Beinlich sends it out of the zone. Comes into Westfall. Westfall looking for a little help. Sends it wide. And an unforced ice there on Rice Lake. I think, though, they did want to change lines. Rice Lake will not hesitate to ice a puck if they are in trouble in their own zone or if they're tired. So Hudson looks like coach is shortening the bench here a little bit, running their 1-2 lines. Got DeSantis against Dow. Dow comes away with the puck. Dow backhand in front. Hit the skate of Zick. Another. They're waving that goal off. I think they're going to, this is the second goal disallowed for Hudson for the net being off. Like I said, I wish we had a little bit deeper pins because that net dislodges with just a little more than a hard breath. Dow taking the face off. Hudson's had good pressure this period. I have no doubt they can. A nice clean face-off win by Dow. Shot by Zick, knocked down in front. Dow leaves it for Zick. Zick in with pressure on Thirst. Now DeSantis comes out with it. Long pass to Tyler. Tyler ridden off the puck by Spence Corum. DeSantis ends up in the net. That brings another whistle. There'll be a face-off outside the Hudson zone in that it was the Rice Lake player who dislodged the net. Rice Lake's Coleman taking the face-off now against Husebo. Puck dumped into the zone, ends up on McSorley, sends it wide. Little long for Dardine. Dardine battling, takes his man off the puck. Dardine tried to go top shelf, just over the crossbar. Another good opportunity there for Hudson with Dardine driving to the net. Now, the puck went out of play off a Dardine shot. Ends up in the just out of the Rice Lake zone. Usable facing off against Coleman. A little draw there in that face-off. Markman skates it out. Rice Lake's got a very good crop of sophomores, led by Novinska. The pass hopped over the stick of Dardine, dumped in by Markman. The puck ends up Beinlich sending it back to Dardine. Dardine, little lead pass to Husebo. Husebo coming with speed into the zone, just dumps it behind the net. Well, we're going to have a rough against Husebo. Husebo threw an elbow and took the helmet off the Rice Lake player. So Husebo to the box for Hudson here at the 6:12 mark. Well, they're not calling it a rough, they're calling it head contact. New penalty on me, but anyway, Rice Lake back on the power play. Last two power plays, Rice Lake has scored to give them the 2-1 lead. Holmes taking the face-off against Novinska in the Hudson zone. Puck comes to Rabarge. Rabarge shot knocked down in front. Corum sends it into the Rice Lake zone. Got Giddings back with the puck. Puck comes cross ice to Novinska. Novinska coming into the Hudson zone and an offside on Rabarge. Rabarge comes out of the zone, replaced by Coleman. Puck dumped back into the Rice Lake zone. Giddings back to pick it up. Giddings over to Novinska. Novinska, wide cross ice pass to DeSantis. DeSantis got it on the half wall, gets it to Novinska. Novinska tried a little backdoor play there to Coleman. Puck just about sneaked in. It was deflected in front when sliding towards the open half of the net. Sturkota reacted in time to cover it up. Another face-off down in the Hudson zone. Novinska against Dardine. Battling in there. Dardine, puck ends up over on Coleman's stick. Corum kicks it out to the corner. He rides Novinska off the puck. Now they're calling a cross-check on Spence Corum, and Hudson will be at a two-man disadvantage for a full minute here.
Time, bro. 3 white liner cross-check. Ahead, Reed. Get lined up.
Penalty call Hudson's number 3, Spence Corum.
Well, this will be a huge penalty kill. No. Timeout called by Rice Lake. I'm sure the Coach Paulson realizes if he can get a third goal, that will be great insurance for this Rice Lake team. Rice Lake really hasn't had much pressure on Hudson at even strength. They have gotten 2 power play goals, largely due to the playmaking ability of Cody Novinska. Novinska assisted on the second goal, scored the first goal. But he's dangerous, great vision, good puck skills. And Hudson at a two-man disadvantage for a full minute here. So anyway, this is a big moment in the game. Coach Paulson realizes that, and he's setting up his play. The face-off is in the Hudson zone. Been a lot of whistles tonight, a lot of pucks out of play, a lot of nets being dislodged. And 2 penalties here. Again, they call the high school game very close. Corum just playing aggressive down in the corner. His man was on the puck. You could argue there was no cross-check there, but it doesn't matter. There's a man in the box, and Rice Lake has a two-man advantage here. Rice Lake moving the puck around. Giddings on the point. Giddings looking for a shot. Hudson being disciplined here. Husebo, Dow, and Holmes forming a triangle to try to keep the shooting lanes from opening up on Stakota. There's Rice Lake shot finally in front, knocked down by Holmes. The pipe. There's a backhander by DeSantis, went wide. Comes out to Robarge. 14 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Oh, great save there by Stakota. Stakota, puck was flying to the net, got a glove on it. Novinska in the middle. No, oh, Holmes had a chance there. Novinska stick handling around. Great save again by Stakota. Backdoor play. Oh, just too much pressure right as the two-man advantage went off. A rebound came out on the stick. I believe it was DeSantis that put it home. Okay, that's DeSantis that did put it home. Giddens took the shot. The rebound came out. Stakota just about got the glove on that. He made two great saves during that two-man advantage. Bo Holmes had an opportunity to clear it. Didn't quite get enough on it, and Rice Lake kept the puck in play and eventually got that third goal. It's a huge goal for Rice Lake.
Scoring for Rice Lake, number 5, Jake DeSantis.
There's DeSantis coming in. Still gets a backhand. Stayed on the puck.
A power play goal.
Now the puck finally not quite cleared by Hudson. There's Vinelick loses the handle. Now Holmes skates it out. Puck dumped in by Scott. Here it's picked up by McSorley. McSorley sends it back to Vinelick. Vinelick up to Zick, and Zick sends it into the Rice Lake zone. Westfall around her partner. Holmes did a good job of knocking Scheider off of it. Now the puck comes back in, handed down by Westfall. Westfall, odd bounce off the boards there, comes out to Novinska. Novinska ices the puck. Again, Rice Lake never wastes time if guys are tired to ice the puck and get some fresh legs out there. You may have noticed if you watched any NHL games, icing the puck doesn't get you fresh legs out there. You have to restart with the same guys that were on the ice. Hudson brings out Husebo to face off against Coleman. Yeah, Hudson's not out of this game. They just got to start taking advantage of some of their opportunities. Now the puck comes out of the zone. Scott loses a handle. Spence Corum takes it out. Now Corum back with the puck. Corum reverses. Oh, he's got an open man. Comes over to Holmes. Holmes' pass was behind Husebo. Skated in by Tyler. Shot kicked wide by Stakota. Now Corum sends it out of the zone. Now Rice Lake is just going to play. They're going to be dumping the puck. They're not going to be taking any chances. This team plays well with the lead. Oh, we got Berglund sending it over to Zick. Zick shot, knocked down in front. Puck comes out of the zone. There's Ryan Dow with the puck. Dow flips it up to Zick. Zick sends it into the Rice Lake zone. Puck ringed around the boards, comes high and out of play. No ice called. McSorley back to pick it up. McSorley sends it over to Dow. Dow back to Vinelick. Vinelick reverses field, now carries it. Puck knocked down in front and sent right back in. Gloved and kicked out by Strakota. Now Michael Holmes sends it in the zone. Dow, hard forecheck there. Now sent right back into the zone by McSorley. Picked up by Westfall. Westfall sends it over to Novinska. Novinska taking off the puck. Now he carries it through. 3. And McSorley gets it up to Holmes. Holmes stick handles, gets it over to Dardine. Dardine into the zone. Dardine's shot gloved and held by Kilcoyne. Another good opportunity there for Hudson. Hudson actually has a 21-19 shot advantage, but boy, the special teams for Rice Lake have gotten them 3 power play goals. They actually scored with a 1-man advantage. Hudson having successfully killed off over a minute of a 2-man advantage. There's Spence Corum with the puck. Corum decides to skate it out and sends it into the zone. Kilcoyne settles it down. Knocked down by Holmes behind the net. Holmes kicks it up, tries to get it in front. As Corum nearly got to that puck, DeSantis kicked it wide. Now comes out to Coleman. Coleman into the Hudson zone. Rodewald blocks that attempted pass. Now Holmes comes up, puck shot wide by DeSantis. There's puck in front, carried in front by Scheider. Scheider ridden off the puck. Harmless little backhander that was kicked wide by Strakota. Net was dislodged. Another face-off in the Hudson zone. 4:30 left here. Dow taking the face-off against Novinska. Puck goes behind the Hudson net. McSorley gets it over to Beinlich. Beinlich sends it wide. Michael Holmes picks it up. Loses it as he's going through central ice. No. Beinlich's pass knocked down. Carried and dumped by Rice Lake's Robage. Strakota settles it down. Gets it over to Swinney. Puck deflected coming out of the Hudson zone. Now Holmes dumps it in. Puck comes wide over to Beinlich on the wall. Beinlich dumps it back to Holmes in the corner. Gets out of the Hudson zone. Beinlich back to get it. Sends it over to McSorley. McSorley. A little bit too much stick handling by Novinska. That clean steal by Hudson, by Novinska as Hudson D's tried to go a little front to back. There's a puck laying in front, knocked down. Good opportunity for Rice Lake. Nice back check there by Michael Holmes. Now here's Usable coming in. No, we're gonna have a penalty on DeSantis for taking out Dardine. The puck comes over to delayed penalty. Puck deflected in front. Now finally we got a whistle. Great flurry there for Hudson. Penalty's gonna be on DeSantis on the back check. He took Dardine out.
5 minor tripping.
So Hudson goes on the power play here with 3:02 left in the game.
DeSantis doing minor for tripping. DeSantis tripping in 13:58 of the third period.
Puck ends up on the stick of Dardine. Dardine battling back there with Giddens. No, Dardine with the puck. Tried to flip it in front. Oh, great opportunity there. There's Usable with the puck. Usable sends it over to Corum. Good job by Tyler of blocking that shot opportunity by Spence Corum. Puck comes over to Dardine. Dardine skating in. Oh, backdoor play to Corum. Just a little bit too hot for him to handle. That had goal written all over it. Minute 19 left on the Hudson power play. Soft pass by Dow. Now Dow ends up with it. Dow in the zone. Good job by Westfall of riding Dow off the puck. Now Dow and Westfall battling. Dow ends up with it. Dow tried again that backdoor play, and now it's sent out of the Hudson zone by Dorrance. Here's Zach Beinlich with the puck. Beinlich skating out of the zone. Beinlich into the Rice Lake zone. And an icing call on Hudson. Boy, that was close. It looked like Dardine saved it, but 39 seconds left on the Hudson power play. To have any chance at all of pulling this game out, Hudson has got to score on this power play. Hudson Swinney taking the face-off. Swinney comes out with it, 2-on-1. Swinney shot blocked in front, comes out to Corum. Corum sends it a little too hot for Swinney. Now Kane over. Kane gets it to Corum. Corum over to Andrew Rodewald. Rodewald's shot deflected. There's a shot wide by Corum. Corum trying to go to the far post. Knocked down here by Johnson. Rice Lake does clear the zone. Rodewald sends it in behind the net. Kane over there after it, but Giddens clears it. Comes back to Corum. Corum sends it. We're in the final minute, and Coyne kills the puck. Well, Hudson had some good opportunities there. Just couldn't quite find the handle on the puck. Down low, a couple shots from the high slot area went wide. Other team is snake bit so far this year. Hudson takes their timeout. 56 seconds left. Rice Lake with a 3-1 lead.
Timeout called by Hudson.
Well, Hudson certainly had their chances tonight. All three of their goals given up on Rice Lake power plays. Did a really nice job defending the first half of a 5-on-3 power play. Hudson managed to kill off the two-man advantage, but rebound on a DeSantis puts home a rebound shot from Giddens, and Rice Lake went out to a 3-1 lead. Hudson did score the first goal in the game on a shorthanded tally by Ryan Dow. Hudson's had many other even strength chances, but and actually two scores have been disallowed by Hudson due to the net being dislodged. So if Rice Lake skates away with a victory here, I think the Hudson guys are going to feel like it was stolen from them, and I think that's a good thing. They need to get a little bit angry. Hockey's a game of inches, and Hudson's been consistently coming up an inch or two short on a lot of opportunities. They just got to figure out how to finish. Hudson posts Dakota from the net. Dardine going to be taking the face-off against Slavinska. Dardine's the only one that's been able to hold even with Slavinska on face-offs. Now Slavinska comes out, DeSantis comes in. Rice Lake wins that face-off, and there's the clincher. There's the clincher. So that's number 19, Thirst scoring. And Rice Lake puts the fourth goal up.
Scoring for Rice Lake, number 19, Nick Thurs, unassisted.
So Thurs hits that unassisted. Now Tyler ridden off the puck. Puck comes over to Corum. Corum up. Could fall. Hard check taken off the puck. Corum gets it, 35 seconds left here. Corum, long pass. A little too hot for Berkey. Icing called off there. Berglund back to pick it up. Berglund's pass stolen in front. There's a rebound. Tyler tried to follow up his rebound off his shot. Fall sends it into the Hudson zone. Fall ridden off the puck. DeSantis hand passes it around. And that's the end of the game here. Well, started out this period a 1-1 score with the shots even, but Rice Lake made the most of their power play opportunities, scoring 2 goals this period on the power play, and then an empty netter at the end to skate away with a 4-1 victory. Again, Hudson struggling to score goals. The only goal tonight, shorthanded effort, unassisted effort by Ryan Dow. This is, I think we just got to say the Hudson guys got to trust each other and believe in themselves to start turning this thing around. They're now in 6 on the year. I think they're, growing up used to all the success that Hudson's had in previous years. They got to forget about that and just play their game. It's their time. It's 2009, and they got to find ways to win. They got to find ways to finish. There's plenty of effort out there. They're playing hard. They're getting opportunities. They're just not bringing it home. Just a word of encouragement to the boys. Keep trying. You'll get your wins. You'll get your goals. Rice Lake comes away with their first victory of the year. They too are a rebuilding team. They found a way for their special teams to work well for them tonight, and they skate away with a 4-1 victory. So, thanks for joining us. This has been Paul Winkles and Dave Drewiski for the Hudson Blue Light Clubs, and enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you at the next game. Good night.